aspect of the film. I think it is a very special and important film. It is the first time I see something that portrays the mental thing in a comic way, and makes us to look at in a way that we usually don't. And when the psychiatric doctors come to the home and ask for the daughters whether they see this patient, Sherry? Yes.
Are they cops actually?
Yeah, and they cops, and that one of the younger daughters, she's Chinese, and that was really funny. And
I'm glad you thought that.
Doesn't have any elements of very much Caucasian, and does not have element like Chinese. What makes you come up this kind of comic?
I'm loving this Q&A. This is great. Let's see you get out of this one.
I'll talk about the. I don't know. I just look, for me that scene was all about, you know, that was the turning point for Coral's character. They laugh at her, you know, when she says, she said we were, you know, the next steps in human evolution, and the cops laugh at her. And, you know, I thought Lily made that transition so beautifully. Now she's sick of being laughed at. And I think it's Michelle who said, and she was Chinese. And I really, because it was based on my sister, Shan, do you remember, I don't know if you saw Muriel's Wedding, but I got a line. There's a sequence in Muriel's Wedding where Tony Collette meets a South African swimmer, you know, super white, Caucasian, Aryan god, and he's wanting to marry so he can compete in the Olympic Games because of you know, because there'd been at that time apartheid was still going on in South Africa, and they couldn't compete in the Olympic Games. And I think of Chris Hayward's character says, you know, because of, you know, the problems where they recently opened fire in a black soccer club, and Muriel says, "Are you black?" to this Aryan god, and I think my sister Shan had said something utterly clueless to a black person, to a white person who was from South Africa. That's right. She just said, you know, completely, "Are you black?" You know, because she just, it was meant so innocently. So that's why I gave it to that character. I thought, what would my sister say in this to get Shaz out of this problem? She'd just say something that, you know, completely to divert the cops, put them on the wrong trail. So that's basically gave me an unanswerable question. That's how I think I came up with that.
We have a question here in the front.
Hi, thank you for a really great film, and thank you to Lily and all the other artists who brought these wonderful people to life, and thank you to my friend who invited me to come and see this movie with her tonight. My question is, with all those musicals out there, did you choose The Sound of Music for personal reasons, or was it the parallel between dysfunctional family with emotionally unavailable and absent father, made functional again by the agency of someone who comes in outside to take care of the children, and music?
Both. The Sound of Music was my mother's favourite film, and she, you know, Australia holds the record. Somebody in Australia, maybe still living, holds the record for the number of times that one person saw The Sound of Music on its initial release. They saw it like 100 I'm not sure about that number, but it is, you know, last time I looked at the Guinness Book of Records, it was held by an Australian. You know, my mum came fairly close, not quite that number of times, but we watched The Sound of Music again and again and again. And my mum always would cry at that moment that's in the movie where Christopher Plummer picks up the guitar and sings to his children. And the kids gather around, they all sing with him, and you know, it cuts to Julie Andrews and she's weeping and the whole family is together. And my mum would always cry and we'd always go, God, off she goes. It's so embarrassing. And what we did, you know, it wasn't until later that I knew why that sequence moved her so much. It was because, you know, our dad never came home. You know, we were always waiting for Dad to come home. And he would never show up. And I grew up, you know, The Sound of Music is, you know, such an idealised version of family once they come together. You know, Dad breaks and starts singing to them, and they're all happy, and then they defeat the Nazis. It's, you know, fabulous. And you know, then there was the Brady Bunch, and then there was, you know, it goes on and on. The idealised version of family. When you don't come from an ideal family, you know, when you know, you feel the pressure. I mean, my mum felt the pressure. Like, she just couldn't even get us all that dinner together. And then it wasn't until later I discovered, you know, from friends, oh no, I sat dinner together, we all ate dinner in front of the TV. You know, but my mum thought it was her own personal family, that she didn't, that she couldn't pull off the, you know, the big, you know, Norman Rockwell look family dinner.
And also